So as I said, I used to work 10 years for Alain Ducasse. For me, he's the best chef in the world. Okay, my name is Christophe Devoille. I'm the executive pastry chef for Atlantis The Royal. So from my country, from France, it's quite common to be a butcher, a baker, or a pastry chef, especially if you're not so good at school. So it was my case. So around 12, 13 years old, I started making cake with my mom every Saturday to mess up a little bit the kitchen, making a pound cake, apple pie or chocolate mousse. And I want to say it was the beginning of my career. So the vision of the pastry for Atlantis The Royal is very simple. We want to teach the guest for a new sweet journey. We want to offer something a bit different with less butter, less sugar, less cream, and we want to add more marmalade, something more fruity, healthy. So we try to elevate the offering with something very new and very unique. And as well, we are working with local farmer, local producer as well. And we can create a new shape with this 3D printer, and suddenly we can create the mold, and we can create, for example, a cloud cake just for one guest.
Which is your favorite dessert?
A water drop shape. So this one will be one of the highlights of the vitrine as well in the lobby. So the cake will look like just a water drop. Blue, very nice, something a bit different, something new for the guests.
Presenting the first drop in the desert, a big round of applause for Chef Christophe Devoille.
So good evening, everyone. Happy to be here tonight with you. So tonight I will introduce you the water drop cake. So it's something very unique we create for Atlantis The Royal. As you know, certainly in Atlantis Dubai, so Atlantis the Palm and Atlantis The Royal, you can find the water a little bit everywhere, with the fountain, with the aquarium, and that's why I want to create something it look like a water drop. And as well in Atlantis The Royal, at the entrance, you have a huge sculpture representing the first drop in the desert. So that's why tonight I want to show you a little bit how it's worked to make it. And as well, it's something we create for our guests, to please all the guests with allergen. So this pastry is vegan, so it's gluten-free, sugar-free, and nut-free. So I will show you how it's work. So the base of the recipe. So first we have the water. So we will do a kind of ganache with the water. We have the sugar and vanilla, and as well we have the xanthana gum, just to replace the gelatin, so fish gelatin or beef gelatin. So we will mix together first. So for the moment, I warm the water. So I mix the sugar and the xanthana together to start. And as well, Chef Gina, she will show you how to coat the mold. So I create this mold with a company in Europe. So they're a good friend now because we are developing a lot of mold with them. So Chef Gina will coat the water drop mold. So this chocolate is a white chocolate. So it's a vegan white chocolate. So instead of the cow milk, where they are using the coconut milk. So you have a little taste of coconut inside the chocolate. So we had a little bit of blue color. Like this, it look like the water drop. So Gina, usually she's putting between 18 grams to 20 grams of chocolate just to create a shell, because the texture of the cream will be a bit more elastic than usual, because we are not using the normal gelatin. So Gina, she's making the shell now. and the chocolate will set to create like a shell. So as well, in this recipe, we have the vegetarian cream, so it's made with corn. And as well, we have the same white chocolate, the vegan one, and as well, some cocoa butter for the texture and for the agility of the cream. As well, in this recipe, this is a vanilla and blueberry. So we made already this morning a small recipe of blueberry marmalade with a small flavor of violet as well, to have something a bit different. And to close the water drop, we made as well this morning is like a base. So same is a vegan base, sugar-free, nut-free, and gluten-free. So with some corn flour, we have buckwheat as well. We put some cranberry. We use the same chocolate as well. So like this, we have a little bit of texture as well. So Chef Gina, she fill up the mold. She leave a little bit on the side. Like this, the chocolate will start to set. And so now we remove the extra chocolate just to create a 2 millimeter shell. So you can see it's coming outside. Because it's not really nice to have a thick chocolate shell. Even if the chocolate is good, it's better to have something very thin. So we made as well this afternoon a few to save some time as well. So usually this cake is one of the best sellers in my shop in Atlantis The Royal, because first, the shape is something different. So I made few as well for you to later I will cut the inside like this. You can see the marmalade and as well the biscuit, and as well those one I fake under the cloche. And as well we made a very small water drop just for you later on to pass by and you try. I'm sure you will be happy to come on the stage as well to try. So now it's already filled. So I will explain you how to make the vegan mousse. So on this pan is only hot water for now. So the base of the ganache is water, is something a bit different. So on this small plastic container, this is just sugar, the vanilla bean I grate, and the xanthana gum. So at 50 degrees, slowly you add the xanthana, the sugar, and the vanilla. And it becomes a bit thick. And you mix until it will boil, just to active the xanthana gum. You know, usually the guests, when they are coming to Atlantis The Royal, they always ask at the pastry counter, I'm sure you have nothing for us because we are vegan or vegetarian. And we always have the water drop as a choice. And as well, we are doing another pastry, is a milk chocolate vegan cake as well, with passion fruit and mango. So we always have on the daily basis 2 options for the guests with a couple of allergens, and we have more options for the gluten-free guests, because it's a bit easier to do a gluten-free than a vegan. And for us, we need to go deep in the creativity to please the guests, because now is more and more requests on the vegan cake, especially in this part of the world. We are close to India, and a lot of Indian guests are vegetarian or vegan. So they're always happy to have something to try. So now I'm boiling the mixture. So to mix properly the vanilla as well. So it's a bit, the texture is a bit, let's say, weird, but it's something different than a normal recipe. So it's boiling. So now I can stop. So we need to boil to active the xanthana gum. So here we have half melted chocolate. So it's more or less melted. As well, I will add the cocoa butter. Okay, so you mix together. After you add the first the first part. And you make like a ganache with the water. Usually it's not really common to mix water and chocolate. So now you make kind of ganache, you make it, you mix properly. So the texture will be always a bit different than usual recipe. And I want to say this is a great option for guests with allergy or special food allergy. But I want to say it's not yummy as a classic cake. The texture is always a bit different. So we can see the ganache is well mixed. So you can see the texture is a bit more gummy. So now I will mix properly the bottom of the bowl. And as well, you know, the story behind this cake as well, it was at the beginning. We don't want to run as a chicken on a daily basis because we have a guest with a special food allergy or dietary. So we said with the team, let's create something on a daily basis at the counter. Same in the buffet menu, and in the banquet menu, we always have a couple of options. Like this, it's easier for everybody. Thank you, Gina. So now, to do a nice mix is always the same in pastry. You always have something more hard, something more liquid. It's always the liquid one in the hard one to avoid the lump. So just put a little bit to start. Slowly, slowly. Never mix with the whisk. Always with the spatula. And now, slowly, slowly. Yes, Gina, go. Okay, after we'll do the final mix in the large bowl. So you can see, it's quite efficiency. Okay, so now the small quantity, put in the large bowl. Up, thank you. And now the vegan vanilla chocolate mousse is almost ready. You can see the texture, it's quite nice, shiny. Okay, the chocolate mousse is ready now. So now we will pipe inside the shell. So we will pipe half. After we will add the blueberry marmalade. So the blueberry marmalade in the center. Okay. After we add more mousse to close, almost full, and to add some crunchiness, we will add the small cranberry and Rice Krispie base. A little bit on this one, up. So after that, So now we had the small crunchy parts. So same, huh? Gluten-free, vegan, sugar-free. So I use the coconut sugar for this one because we have the coconut as well in the cake and in the chocolate. So we just close. So this one usually we are doing 60 a day for the cake shop as well. It's quite popular. So now we put in the chiller. So we can see the chocolate is set. So usually we prepare the day before. And for now, I want to say the recipe is done. If you want to pass by to have a bite, and as well, I will show you the inside of the cake as well. So we have something really elegant with a large portion of blueberry and violet marmalade. We have the crunchy part and the very thin layer or thin shell of chocolate, the blue chocolate. Usually we are serving with blueberry juice in the lobby, in my shop. So if you want to pass by to try a couple of cakes, it will be very happy. If you want to try something a bit different, okay. So I always put a small drop of glaze on the top of the drop. This is not frozen. So it's something. I want to say it's the new technique to have a vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free, and nut-free cake. Because a while ago, when the gluten intolerant or the vegan guest passed by the restaurant or the pastry shop, let's say 20 years ago, the only option was I don't know, a banana or an apple. So give me Gina, one. So I hope you enjoyed the texture and the taste. I think it's something a bit special. And please. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Chef Gina, she's the boss.